Now, if you're a couple trying to conceive a baby boy, this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm going to be giving 7 tips on how to get a baby boy. And it's important to note that a man is the true determinant of the sex of a child. It's not the woman. Because a woman's egg has the X chromosome, which stands for a girl, but the sperm can have the X or the Y chromosome. So what determines is if the man gives the X or the Y chromosome to the woman during sex. Whatever sperm fertilizes the egg is the determinant of what will happen. Okay, so in these tips, I'm just be giving you tips that can maximize the chance of the Y chromosome fertilizing this egg and you getting a boy. So, because if the X chromosome, the sperm with the X chromosome unites with the egg that has the X chromosome, we form a baby girl. But if we get the sperm with the Y chromosome to unite with this egg that has the X chromosome, we are definitely going to be getting a baby boy. Okay, so we are going to be checking what are the characteristics of this sperm that has a boy in it. Number one, like we said, it has the Y chromosome. In no way it's going to be having the X chromosome. It has the Y chromosome. And the other thing to note about this sperm is that it loves alkaline nature. Okay, it doesn't love acid. It doesn't love harsh conditions. It's a very delicate thing, sperm. So it doesn't really love acidic things. It loves the alkaline nature. Again, this sperm, it moves at a very high speed. It doesn't rest. It doesn't go slow. It doesn't wait anywhere. Once it shoots, it just goes direct. And that is how the male sperm is. Again, this sperm is not resilient. Doesn't love harsh conditions. You give it hardships on the way, it just dies. Or it just loses its energy. So it's not resilient. Then again, it tires very fast and dies very fast. It doesn't have a lot of lifespan. It dies very fast. This sperm cannot even fertilize an egg after 24 hours. So if you're going to be having sex earlier than 24 hours before your ovulation, you're going to miss this sperm. After 24 hours, this cannot, and I repeat, it cannot fertilize an egg after 24 hours. Okay, so it's important to note how this sperm works, because if you understand it, it will be easier for you to get the best out of it. Tip number 1 is that you should time your sex to coincide with ovulation, because the egg takes only 24 hours and it's done. Again, the boy sperm moves very fast and dies very fast, and in 24 hours it cannot fertilize anymore. So if you want to get the best results, it's good for you to time your ovulation. Make sure you watch our video on ovulation where we talked about how to time your ovulation, how to track your ovulation, how to know that you're ovulating, so that you can time your ovulation with your sex. Okay, so at least make sure that if it's a boy you're targeting, the sex doesn't come 24 hours earlier or 12 hours after ovulation. Make sure at least it's within 12 hours before ovulation or not more than 12 hours after ovulation, and that at least you'll be in a good position. Remember, these tips I'm giving you, I've seen them work in about 80% of my clients, and maybe they are not so proven, but they help. Tip number 2, it's important for you to practice deep penetrative sex. Okay, use styles that go so deep, okay, that the man can penetrate so deep, like the doggy style, maybe on some other styles. Okay, you can Google 1,000 deep penetrative styles. Make sure you use those so that at least you maximize where you deposit your sperm. at least so that the sperm can be deposited right near the cervix, so that it doesn't have a lot of distance to cover. We said it moves very fast and tires very fast. So the better the conditions, the more the survival, the more the chances. Okay. The other thing to note is that it's important for you to let the woman orgasm. Yes, the woman should orgasm every time you're having sex if you're timing a baby boy. Not the twatwa and then going away. No, make sure the woman orgasms. Getting to orgasms will help you have an alkaline nature, an alkaline environment in there. Because once the woman orgasms or whatever they release is alkaline. So at least if the woman orgasms, it boosts the alkaline environment in the vagina. And that is good. We say this boy sperm loves alkaline environment. It loves the alkaline nature. So it's important to give it what it wants for you to get the best results. Again, if the woman orgasm, we're going to be having contractions in the vagina and or up into the cervix, which will help us push the sperm further. We say this sperm gets tired easily. So it's important to push it further so that it doesn't take a lot of energy for it to get to the egg. Okay? So if the woman orgasms, it's a better thing. Okay, so the other thing to note is that you could use an energy drink like a coffee or chocolate, a hot energy drink right before sex. Right before sex, so that it gives you more energy. If you want a boy just goes with energy. The man needs to have energy. The woman needs to have energy. You're not going to be having lazy sex and get a baby boy. A baby boy comes from that sharp sex. Okay? And this is why most people are missing it, because they just want to have a lazy sex and have very weird environment and not orgasm. And you'll be getting baby girls every now and then. But if you need a baby boy, you need to take that energy drink so that you have full energy and your sperms will have full energy too. So once they're put into the vagina, they just move very fast and off to fertilization. Okay. The other thing to note is that the man should avoid tight underwear. The man should avoid tight underwear and hot baths. Yeah, it's important to keep cool. Remember, the best sperms are produced if there is a cool environment. That is why God just put them to hang the testes to hang somewhere there. There shouldn't be any heat for you to get the best sperms. So it's important to make sure that the underwear that is worn is not tight, because a tight underwear will move the testes closer to the body and make the testes warm, create a warm environment. It might not give the best sperms. Okay. Again, if you're going to be taking hot showers, you're going to interfere with the process of the formation of the sperms. You need to let them free. Use those loose underwears. Yes, they might not be so boggy and boring, but they are the best for sperm production. If you want the best quality of sperms, those are the best underwears you could use in the market. Okay. Again, it's important to note that you need a good dietary control. A good diet determines how well you will be. Just eat less acidic foods, like acidic fruits, those tarty taste like vinegars and lemons. Boys don't love that. You just have to keep off those if you want to have a boy. Okay. Again, you need to avoid spicy foods. You want to have the best quality sperm? You are a woman trying to conceive a boy, avoid spicy foods, avoid dirty tastes, avoid acidic foods. The sperm that gives a boy loves alkaline nature. It loves when you give it the best environment, it will succeed in its mission. Even if the man eats all these and avoids all this, but the woman is still taking them, the chances grow fewer. You need to make sure at least that the diet is on point. Okay? And then the other thing, the man needs to eat foods that are rich in potassium, high potassium foods. The best source and locally available bananas. Bananas are high in potassium. Again, you could use potatoes, broccoli, things like those. They have a good amount of potassium and they are good foods if you are aiming to get a boy. The other thing is that the man should take foods that are rich in zinc. Okay, things like the pumpkin seeds. Have a good breakfast. Have some pumpkin seeds in there. Get to have some nuts. Okay, and the other thing is to make sure that the sex that you're having is really timed. I repeat, time your sex. Even if you do all these other things and you have sex at the wrong time, there is no way you're going to get a boy. There is no way you're going to get a boy. Make sure you time your sex very well. Make sure you check your ovulation calendar. Make sure you practice and get the days your ovulation. Do not rush to practice all these tips if you do not know your ovulation time. Yeah. Practice more on knowing when you're ovulating. And then now come in with all these other tips and engage them in there. The right diet, the right style, the right time, and there you have a baby boy. Thank you for watching. I've been your host, Mary the Daktari. Ensure to subscribe, watch our videos, and share. Thank you.